Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So, for those of you just joining into all this hoopla and you don't really know what's going on, let me give you the cliff notes. I'm Jen Lehner. I am a digital marketing and systems strategist, and I am the creator of the Front Row CEO system, which teaches you how to hire and train your perfect match virtual assistant. And today and tomorrow, we're going to be talking to people who have actually been through the program and are going to share their thoughts with you. So if you have questions, please ask them. They will give you an honest answer. Because I've been, a lot of people have been messaging me like, how long should I spend on this each day? And, does it really work? And so I can, I'm the person, I'm a little biased, so you're going to get my response, but like, why not ask the people who have actually, done it? And so I could not be more excited to welcome rock star front row CEO and business coach Diane Rolston. Diane, welcome.
Well, thank you for that intro, Jen. Happy to be here.
Well, you really rocked this program. In fact, you were I don't know, a real beacon to a lot of other people going through the program because you took the systems that, that I gave, and then you really just added gasoline to them. And so let's just back up a minute though and talk about like where you were in your business before the program and then like what the program helped you to do.
Yeah, so it's really funny because I have no idea how I ended up finding you. And so if anyone is in that position today, know it's like divine coincidence or intervention that's come in because I'm so grateful I found you. I think originally it was I saw your list of tasks and I think I messaged you right away and said, "Can you just teach me now?" And you're like, "The program's coming, just wait." So I was in my fifth year of working with my own assistant here in Canada. And I felt like she was on the out, like she was ready to be leaving, go take care of her family a little bit more. And I thought, I don't know if I can do this again. I don't know if I can go through the whole hiring someone here. I did it twice. At that point, I'd been in business for almost a decade. And I was just like, I want someone to be with me long term. And I want someone who has so many skills and so many talents and really tech savvy. And so your program was the space for that. Plus, with COVID times and everything, I was really looking, how can I make my business leaner? I'm always looking for how can I drop my expenses, make my business leaner. And I realized if I hire through your system and have an amazing VA from the Philippines, I can cut my assistant expenses in half, or I can double the hours. And so for me, it was a no-brainer to be able to welcome someone on board through your program.
And how, tell us about the process. Were you able to find someone? Are they still with you? Have you added more people? Tell us about this.
Check, all of that. So right off the bat through the program, I think before the program was even done, I had ended up being 2 people. I loved your process because I've hired through Upwork before. I've hired through Fiverr. I've hired myself through the employment ways in Canada. I've done all of that. So I was like, well, I know how to do it. But then when I heard about the things that you share, I was like, you have an extensive knowledge about hiring in the Philippines that I don't have. And it's going to be so much faster for me to just copy and paste the application and your I won't say the specifics, but your process and how to hire. I'm like, this is so easy. I can feel confident to know that every little thing is taken care of, that I'm not going to hire a dud, right? I'm going to hire someone who's good off the bat, which was really important to me because I did not want to waste any time having someone replace my old assistant. And I didn't want to take anything back either. That was crucial to me. And so knowing that I could follow your process made my confidence soar. And I hired not 1, but 2 people. And I'll tell you, I'm very heart-centered. And sometimes, and I tell my clients, you need to make a business decision, not an emotional decision, but I have to check myself. And so your process in hiring helped me to do that because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll give them a chance. But but giving people a chance when they just don't have the skills is when you hire wrong. So in the end, I had 2 people, and it was funny because from the interview, I thought, oh, this person's the front runner, and this person I don't know. But after doing the final piece, the trial week, I was like, oh my goodness, this person who was quiet and shy in the interview is my top person. So I ended up hiring 2 because during the process, I was able to really see how they communicate and how they do tasks and what their output level is and can they work without me. So there's so many benefits that I wouldn't have just seen in an interview. And so by the end of the week, I was like, oh my God, I have 2 front runners and I'm going to hire both of them. So I ended up hiring both of them for, I said 10 hours a week each, leading to 20. And I've had them for almost a year and a half now. And they both consistently do 20 hours a week. They're very happy with that. They've also supported some of my other clients. And I just recently hired 4 more to be able to support some of my other clients.
Wow.
So I've 6 now, which is pretty crazy.
Wow. Okay, so can you tell us about some of the things that your VAs do for you in the business? People always want to know specific tasks because people have a hard time imagining what they would hand over.
Yes. So basically everything you do in your business is something that your VA can do because you train them, or they can figure it out themselves. So in the beginning, I was passing things off. But if you go on my website, actually, they're rebuilding it right now, which is something they can do. They're building it on a platform they've never used before. But if you look at any of my social platforms, every course I've put out, they've helped to put together the PDFs, like the handouts, the fillable PDFs, my PowerPoint presentations, the landing sales page, the email sequences in my CRM, the social media posts that promote it, the videos that promote it, all the sales and marketing around it. Yes, I put in the content of like, what do I want the copy to say? But they do every other piece. So every week my YouTube video goes out, my blog goes out, my podcast, all my social media posts, and I only do 1 30-minute live or even less. And they just see that online and they take it and then they repurpose it in all of these other ways. One of my VAs helped me to put together one of our latest books. It was a journal, the Dynamic Year journal. So she got to push the publish page on Kindle Publishing Direct, or Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP.
Right.
And so everything really, I bought ClickFunnels and I was like, hey, let's use ClickFunnels. And then I just said, I used the password system you taught me. And I said, here's login for that. Please go in and make a landing page for the new the summit we're putting on. And then I said later, wow, that's great. You've had experience with ClickFunnels? And she was like, no, I just figured it out. And sometimes I'll say, oh, go make a QR code or go do this, or can you make me into a GIF? Like that was super cool.
Yeah.
And then later I said, how did you know how to do that? And they're like, YouTube, Google. So they're very resourceful and they just like go and figure it out. And so basically everything I could possibly do in my business. So I'm a coach, a trainer, a speaker. I have a women's community. So they set up my events. They message people who said they were interested. Sometimes they arm me. So when I was hiring these last 4 VAs, I just said, yes, move forward, next step, or decline. And then my VA went into my email and was emailing people. Like they do everything.
That's amazing. And what I love is you spoke to another, pushback from people, which is, how am I supposed to show them how to do stuff if I don't know how to do it? Well, you didn't know how to use ClickFunnels.
No,
you don't want to know how to use ClickFunnels.
I still don't know.
You don't know how to set up a GIF. You can figure it out, but like that's not how your time should be spent. Right.
I don't want
you just said, hey, I saw this other coach or person who has a GIF of themselves. I want that. Can you make that happen? And it's like magic. And all of a sudden, like you've got this amazing thing. So really all the things that you have said, I'm just thinking like same over here. Like this is, the way that you're using, working with your team and the kind of tasks you delegate, very similar over here. So I love that. Um, what would you say to people who are just concerned about the time investment of this process?
Uh, there is time a little bit, but there's time in setting up any project or hiring anyone. But this is so like you set it up in the first week or two. Yeah, my VAs and I were talking quite a bit. They were getting to know me. I was getting to know them. But I followed your systems, right? I followed your advice, and I put things in place. I did in my coaching. I talk a lot about designing relationships. So I really designed how we were going to work together. So my feeling is if it takes me 5 minutes to create the training video on how to do something, or 5 minutes to write up the card, they can probably go and work for an hour or 2 hours. And when they're making my systems and processes for me, documenting it all, they're taking so much off of my plate. And I was just going to say, and if people are concerned, oh, well, I'm going to train them. And like, you're not spending a week training. You're like, do this task. Here's how you do it, or figure it out. And then they go do it, and they're going to be able to repeat that. And if they're making your processes for you, if it doesn't work out with them, we're just going to pass it from one to the other. Super simple.
Yeah, which is we're giving them a bit of a preview, because that is one of the first things you learn in this program is how to have other people set up your systems for you, what you don't already have set up. But a lot of people are concerned about the time that it takes to like take this program and work through those first steps of finding a virtual assistant. They just, I get so many emails and they're just like, look, I don't have time for another course. Can you just do it for me?
Yeah, but yours is an implementation course.
Yeah, it's more of a system is what I try to say. They're just like, or, I need a VA yesterday. And I'm like, I get it. But like, if you don't make time for this now, you will not have time for anything in the future.
But yours is all like copy and paste, use my stuff. Here's ABC steps on how to do it. Like, I didn't think, I just went, what do I do? Okay, copy, paste over. What do I do? Right. And and the fact that I could have like over 100 people apply in a couple of days, where when I posted my job in Canada, like I had to leave it open for 30 days to try and get any like possible candidates. And in the end, I'm like, maybe I've got 7 people who could potentially maybe do it, right? And for this, it was so fast. Like people were like applying, and the steps moved really quickly because it was just, here's the step, and here's the step, and here's the step. So
that's what I just am really trying to get across, people, is like, I do not want you to overthink this. I'm the queen of overthinking. In fact, I just don't want you to think at all. You just, the most important thing I say in the very beginning of the program is you have to watch every video. Each video is 5 minutes or less, and you have to do what I say. And I can promise you, if you do those 2 things, in the end, you will have your perfect match virtual assistant. Like, I don't know how more clearly to say it. But I think that it's so much more empowering than these agencies that stick you with a team and you have random people at random times. And you don't know who you're going to get. Like, we're trying to create what you have, where you've been with these people for a year and a half. They have your back, and they know your business. They feel, I'm assuming, invested in your business. They care about your business. And that is like priceless, in my opinion,
Yeah, I totally agree, because yes, you can get matched with someone very quickly. If it's in your own country, you're paying 2 to 3, sometimes 4 or 5 times as much as you'd be paying if you hired this way. But I had my VAs before the program was over. It was, a couple of hours every week. But again, I didn't have to research and think and doubt and see if something would work. I knew this was a proven system. I just followed it and went through. And I had my VAs, and I had good VAs because I didn't try to piece it together myself, and I didn't miss the little things that you taught. And now for me, a lot of the pieces are just part of how I do business, right? So that the password tool, I just use that. Trello, I just use that. Like, I use all of these things that you taught me, not just for hiring, but just in my business. So, a couple of hours every week is worth having the right person in the end.
All right, awesome. Well, I know you're so busy, and I really appreciate the time that you spent with us today, Diane. You guys
You're
can learn more
welcome.
about Diane and her offerings. She's an amazing coach,
Thank you.
DianeRolston.com. Um, yeah, so before we close out though, is there anything that like I should have mentioned or that you want to share that I missed?
I just want to say that if you're newer in your business and you think, well, I need to be making a certain amount of money to be able to invest in this program, or before I bring someone on my team, or I encourage you to jump in, because the most successful people I've seen are the ones who have support so they can stay in their zone of genius. They can start making sellable products and services. Because if you're waiting to have your website or your social media or whatever, your landing page done, think of how many months that might take you to do, and it's going to kill your energy. And also, those are months that you're waiting to offer those things. Now I literally just go on my phone, voice message my team and say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And boom, it's done in like either 30 minutes or 24 hours, depending on how big the task is. So when people say to me, Diane, how have you had so much success? It's because I implement, and I implement quickly, and I implement now more so because I have a team.
Love that. Love that. Can't really top that. I mean, the short version of that is like we got to slow down for a minute to speed up, but you will like this is a
Yeah,
way to fast track your business. And
exactly.
I love the way that you put that. Well, thank you so much. As
You're
always,
so
I really
welcome.
enjoyed hanging out with you. Best of luck and everything.
Thank
And
you.
everybody watching, this offer disappears tomorrow at midnight. So make sure you go to Front Row CEO, and I'm around. You can DM me, you can tag me. And in fact, I'll put my phone number underneath this. You can call me. I'm here to answer your questions. Thanks, Diane.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.